So there were a shit ton of injuries throughout the season this year already. So as a basketball fan, it really sucks. So are there any main injuries that you want to talk about?
So the Chet injury, that's an injury that I thought was pretty significant. Just the way that OKC had been playing, been on their high horse. I wouldn't say they came down a little bit, but they did lose a game, which is crazy because you got teams like the Cavs that are still undefeated. The Ja Morant injury, I'm not sure how long Ja's going to be out. I think he'll be reevaluated in about 2 weeks.
He's considered week to week with a pelvis muscle strain and a hip injury.
Yeah, so his isn't too significant. I mean, the Philly, like, what's going on in Philly? Like, these guys are just taking nights off. I get Tyrese is still hurt, but Joel is like, oh, I think he's playing right now. But it's kind of like, when is everybody else going to play together? Like, Joel's not going to play. Paul George is taking, nights off. And I get Tyrese. Tyrese would probably be playing if he actually wasn't injured. I think before he got injured, he had like a 40-piece. So it's kind of like, and Philly's 2-9 right now. So it's like, it's showing that these guys aren't healthy in their record. When are we going to actually be able to see these guys on the floor together? But I'm getting like Brooklyn vibes from this trio. I'm getting like Joel saying, well, I'm not going to play on back-to-backs already. Like, he announced that before the season even started. Paul George was obviously coming off of an injury, and Tyrese is always hurt. But I feel like Tyrese is going to play the most out of all these guys. But, like, remember when now I get COVID kind of played a huge role into why Brooklyn did like the world shut down, and there was a mandate. And obviously, Kyrie he didn't want to get vaccinated, and that's a whole nother story. But and then injuries also played a huge role into, like, at one point in time, James would get hurt. At another point in time, KD would get hurt, or Kyrie wasn't playing, and we never really got to see that trio play together like that. I believe it was only 11 games, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this trio already. Joel's announcing, I'm not playing back-to-backs. We know Paul George is going to take nights off, and those two guys, are they going to play? When Tyrese comes back, he's going to play whenever he can, pretty much, because he's the youngest out of all three of them, obviously. But I'd say, when are we going to see all these guys play together? I would like to know. It'd be very exciting because all the talent that they all possess, they can, make a deep playoff run.
So, Alex, we were talking about injuries. So I know there were a lot of injuries this season already. So as an NBA fan, do you want to talk? Is there any injury that you specifically want to talk about?
Well, I have two. Am I still?
No, you're perfect.
Okay, good. So Zion.
Oh.
Jinxed it, Toddy. I was telling her before the episode. She jinxed it. What were you talking about the first episode? I just want to see him be healthy and play a full season.
Zion. He just can't be healthy. And I'm over him. I'm over the hype. I think another thing, I think Tyrese Maxey is a huge one. But I also think Banchero and this is not a big one, but I am expecting him to come out with a pretty decent season. Not an all-star season, but Ben Simmons.
He's been playing well.
But like a little injured
compared to what he's been. Compared to what he's been.
But like I want him to go back to like the All-Star. 2018, 2019 Ben Simmons. Like I don't want you to just be a 5 and be by the block and I can bring the ball up. Like I really want him to like get back into his own. But I really think Banchero's injury with the Magic is a little stifling, especially after he dropped that 50-piece and then he was like, I'm out.
Crazy.
Tragic.
Yeah, but Alex talked about Zion Williamson's injury, but there's a lot on this Pelicans team that is going wrong. CJ McCollum's hurt, DeJounte Murray's hurt, Herb Jones is hurt, and Jose Alvarado is hurt. So I'm looking at this season like
who else they got?
I'm looking at this season last year like the Grizzlies. Fuck it. Let's go get us a pick. They also have the Lakers pick. So could this be the best thing for Zion Williamson for them to end up with a top 10 pick and then whatever the Lakers finish?
No. I mean, what this season is for me, I'm gonna need Brandon Ingram to really
be an all-star again.
Not just an all-star. I want him all NBA. I think this is his I think he needs to take the rope of this team and be like, all right, I'm gonna steer it the way I want to steer it and go from there. Because when everyone is healthy, this is a decent team. But I feel like Ingram needs to be the head of it. And I think he needs to be even better than he was previously. So him and Murphy the third. That's basically all they got. But and Missy. I think Missy's a rookie. He's pretty decent. I think I'm saying his name right.
What number is he?
Number? I have no clue. Missy? He's a center. He's the big boy.
Oh, got you. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
But so are you guys on the boat where maybe the Pelicans should take trade options for Zion? Should they just blow it up?
I don't know. I know that they have a bunch of picks. So it's like, is this the draft where they try and move up to try and get somebody and use all those picks to do that? Or do they try and trade Zion, accumulate even more picks, use those picks to, try and get somebody in the draft? I think Ingram is a trade piece for them based off of how their season's going right now and how injury riddled this team is. I feel like they move a guy like Brandon Ingram.
They move all the pieces you got that aren't hurt.
I don't know. Yeah, one of the guys that's not hurt. Zion is definitely another trade piece as well, given his injury history. But I just don't know what his value is currently in the league. You trade for Zion Williamson, like, okay, yeah, I'll give you a second.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I even entertain it? Because is he going to play? I have no idea if he's going to play or not. That's a real question. Like, is he going to play? Can he give me 5 games in a row? Can he give me 10 games in a row? That's a real question.
I just feel like you have to move on from Zion. This is what, year 5, year 6? Have we ever got a full year? Year 4?
No, 5. It is year 5.
I was about to say, it was before COVID.
Yeah, I don't think he's played a full season.
He's never played a full season. I'm done.
Like, I get, even a full season is tough because, like, people get injured here and there. But it's like, I'm in an 82-game season, can you give me 60?
Yeah, because I understand if you
can't give me 50 games.
I understand if you sprain your ankle, you're out for like 4 games. I get that, right? But like, it's injury after injury during important times in the season.
It's all like the same type of injury too. It's like hamstring.
Yeah, it's just like the most important game for the Pelicans last year. I think it was the play-in, and he was injured, and he couldn't even. And I'm like,
he did play the whole damn game basically though.
And then he was done.
Yeah.
But you guys are, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not one to say that he shouldn't be traded or anything like that. I'm really not on the belief of that. He has a season of 61 games and he has a season of 70 games. We've seen it. When he was 70 games, he was an all-star. So I get what you guys are saying. When we see him play, he's dominant. They said he was having numbers in the paint like Shaq. He was being very dominant when he was on the court, But when he's not on the court, it's really a sad thing to see.
How long ago was that, Kel? All-Star.
All-Star was
2020.
2023. No, 2021. 2021.
Hey man, Kevin, you the main one to always say, "What have you done for me lately?" Kevin's the main one.
He got 4 shoes. It's Zion Williamson.
He told me. He always tells me, "Look at the calendar." Look at the calendar.
It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah. It is, as our guy Boogie Cousins would say.